Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all of these topics and subjects looking for potential investment opportunities. We do have a question and answer session coming up on Saturday, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. We are going to go over my approach to selecting companies. So you can see my approach, you can see how I go at it, and we can talk about some of the companies that are my favorite companies and that are good entry points right now. So if that's interesting to you, definitely sign up. We've got a special going on. Special's the coupon code. Type that special into the coupon code. You get 50% off the first month only on a monthly membership discount. And then you get a larger discount on the yearly membership if you'd like to sign up there. All right, let's dive in, take a look, see what's going on today. DXY heading a little bit lower. We're down 0.45% and we're getting a little bit of a bounce. So the downside momentum is there. We've got a reversal candlestick, which is called a bullish engulfing. That one there. This could be a potential flag where we start to head higher. Um, we have a couple of options here. If we continue to trade sideways or go up, that's a good thing to go higher. We could also do a double bottom, which is also in the card. So I can't tell you exactly what it will look like, but my guess is that it's probably trying to bottom. We could either come back here as a potential low. It could even go a little bit lower than that too. And then my guess is it's going to go higher. And that is if the selling pressure is contracted in the candlesticks. They're very small red candlesticks, not big downside blowout moves. The 2-year yield's down 2.12%. So we're underneath resistance here, trying to break through that resistance here. It looks good to try to do that, but we did get some, we'll call it a stronger move in yields to the downside than what I would have anticipated. So we'll see what this looks like going forward over the next few days to see if there's any follow through to the downside. The 10-year, a little bit of selling pressure, or I should say lower yields, which is buying pressure in bonds. It was down 1.73%, but we are on top of a gaggle of support lines coming across here. The 30-year also down a little bit today. And again, we're sitting on top of patterns here. And this is more or less probably just a consolidation, which will eventually end up trying to go higher. I do think that the Senate, Powell, they've talked about this being a level that they want to hold. So we could see this drop down if they're doing QE in the background here. Not sure, but that's some things that they have mentioned. TLT bond prices are up 1% with the yields coming back. And if they were to do QE, we would see this head higher if that were to occur. We've got 2 in the 10-year holding steady today, down 0.29%. And the yield curve is still inverted, and it is not inverting yet. Well, I mean, it's been inverting here, but it's not dropping like a rock yet. And that's generally a recessionary signal problem when we see that. QIX TNX ratio is up about 0.5%. That's generally a tailwind behind gold specifically. So gold is up $64 an ounce, looking good. It's been ripping higher. Some people think that this is going to put in a consolidation. It very well could. Right now, I'm indifferent. I mean, this thing's got strong upside momentum, and we'll see if we get a small consolidation or something. But I wouldn't bet. There's no way I would short this here. I mean, no way. So I would. I'm just riding long. I'm going to ride this thing. It looks good. Silver down slightly, right underneath resistance. We'll see if we can start breaking through the resistance over the next week or so. Platinum We are down slightly. That's a small bloody nose. Still looks good to go higher. Still looking constructive to move on up in this big squeeze of a pattern there. I think we will eventually break higher and follow gold to the upside. Palladium, we are up $6.50, and we are still at this support area holding above it. You can also see that we're getting a squeeze going on going that way. So we could be squeezing potentially into a corner here between support and resistance. XEU to gold, slightly higher today, ever so slightly, and still nothing's changed on this chart. Gold and silver miners are still cheap as crap to gold. GDX is up 2%. Looking okay. We've got GDXJ up 2.28 and SILJ up 1.5. SILJ is still underneath a pretty key support or resistance area, I should say, which eventually will then get up against this resistance. We'll get up there eventually and break through all of it. This will be a launching pad, in my opinion. Crude oil up 0.66%. Do we still have any more downside left? It's still on the table. We could do a double bottom, maybe. And what that would entail is this rising kind of wedge going on that we've broken to the downside here. There could be some more downside, and we could put in a potential double bottom here. And I'm curious to see what kind of follow through we get here. Could this go on up and this be negated? It very well could. Remember, we're playing with patterns, and patterns have a probability of success. They're not 100% outcomes. So even if this does go up, it doesn't mean that the person who's looking at this is wrong or right. What you're looking at is the probability of something occurring based off of the herd mentality. But this very well could do maybe a double bottom or something like that. That's still in the cards. And we'll have to see what kind of selling pressure we get over here if that does occur. TTF gas down 1.64%. It's stair-stepping lower here. And that still looks like it's game on to go lower. We've got natural gas still heading lower in America, down 3% to $2.93. We have our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, it is up 1%. And we kind of still have that rising wedge here that we very well could head a little bit lower and maybe do a double bottom or something on the lines of that. But again, that doesn't mean it's 100% in the bag. It's just a probability. We did enter that from the top side down. We don't have a bunch of big green candlesticks showing on up. So it doesn't mean that we have to go lower, but it's still on the table that it's out there. And I don't know if this is necessarily bottomed yet in terms of its process. OIH up 3%. People are they're putting some money in here a little bit. I mean, we're up 3%. We entered this from the top side down, though. I want to see this start to break higher to get me a little bit more bullish in the short term. Newcastle coal futures are up 0.26%. We're still at this rough support area, but we do have some downside momentum still. I don't see a turn yet, but it could come up at any second. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust up 2.5%, looking good. We're starting to break to the upside, looking good, and hopefully we can get some momentum generating to the upside. We also are seeing a little bit of an increase in the uranium future spot price. This does look like it's trying to bottom and turn and head its way on up, which is good if you want uranium and the uranium equities to go higher. URA and the equities up quite big today, up 4% with a pretty strong candlestick. Your bottoming action was here. That was your bottom action. This here is a flag pattern, and we are heading higher with URA. It looks pretty dang solid. URNM doing the same pattern, up about 5%. URNJ up 7.5% or so. And this ended up being a flag pattern that we are moving higher. So this, to me, looks like we have bottomed. We are heading higher, and we've created a low, a new higher high now, and a higher low. So that's reversing there, which is good. It looks very solid. Nickel is down 0.64%. We're still next to this large selling pressure area there, but we are starting to see commodities get a bounce here. So I would expect nickel to follow the rest of the commodity complex and probably work its way on up eventually. Copper's up 0.74%. It's looking good to continue higher. That's looking good. Um, so that's good there. COPX is up 3.5%. Looks like money is starting to rotate into the ETF. That looks good. We've got lithium. That's got a flag pattern heading higher. We're up 2%. This looks like a really good entry point for a double bottom here that will eventually head higher. I think there's a lot of opportunity here in LIT, and we can go over some of the companies. I've been talking about lithium down here, and some of them today, they were up. One of them was up 25% today. The other ones were up about 10%. Some of them are other ones were up 4 or 5%. So this is looking very good. Those charts look like they're bottoming and they look fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And we can touch on some of those companies this weekend. REMX, another one that looks really good. The flag pattern I drew yesterday saying it was going to work its way on up. There we are, up 4% today. This also looks very powerful. We're at a very low level. If you price REMX against a bunch of other ETFs, this is real cheap. And we're putting in a double bottom here, in my opinion. So it's bottom one, bottom two. And this is a false breakdown here. The tariffs created a false breakdown, which I call a slingshot cheetah, which will slingshot this up potentially very high. So I think this is a great opportunity here. And I think that this is here a double bottom where you get a booty, I call booty bottom, double bottom there. This is the slingshot underneath here. So it's a false breakdown. It creates a flag, and then you rip higher. So yes, this looks good. Iron ore, looking good. It's just tracking sideways. Everything still looks intact for a move higher. We've got aluminum up 0.7%, but that is an inverted flag pattern still. Hopefully we can break on higher. Baltic Dry Index up 3%. That's putting in some work. That's good. I'd like to see this work its way on up now. What this could be is a consolidation, call it a falling wedge, whatever you want to call it. And then you get a nice little bullish engulfing that's forming. And hopefully that can close the week strong, so it can have a good, strongly weekly closing. Emerging markets is up 1.16. That looks good. Weaker dollar is going to help push that higher. Moo is also up 1.4. This is looking good. And again, bigger picture view, guys. Your consolidation is there. Your breakout of the consolidation, this is all a retest. I buy retests. We are at probably the beginning of a very big move in Moo, where we get a big move higher, big shot higher. And I'm going to be I'm invested in individual companies. And some of these companies, I mean, just to let you guys know, during 2020 to 2021, these companies did like 10 or 20x. That was the break here out of the pattern. What comes next is wave three, which is going to be a very big move. So, in my opinion, if there were a time to sign up and learn about these companies, now's the time to do it because I would say it's the last best opportunity to really gain exposure to the companies that are as leveraged as they are and have pulled back as much as they have. I'm going to be making some purchases personally tomorrow in a lot of different things, and obviously I'll share that with everybody in the community there. KRE working its way on up, big bullish engulfing. This looks pretty good across the board. I imagine that this would also extend to oil because I was talking about oil earlier and how we could see it do a double bottom, but most everything looks pretty solid here, which makes me think that everything's going to probably move together and liquidity is coming back into the system. XHB is up 2.5%, broken downtrend, looking good. To go higher, TAN's up 2.5%, that's looking good, and that's pretty rare that I say TAN's looking good. Russell 2000's up 2%. Looks like we're getting some support here. SPX up 2%. Now we're underneath resistance. We like to break through some of those resistances to show us that the buyers are in fact here and staying. NASDAQ's up 2.74 underneath resistance. These are important areas to break. We don't want to see big reversal red candlesticks there. That's going to make me get pretty bearish quick. SMCI up 8.84, looking like it's trying to put in that double bottom I got drawn in there. Nvidia also up 3.6 and still in a downtrend, but that could change. We'll see what happens over the next week or two. Bitcoin's down slightly. That's normal when you start breaking through resistance lines. It gets tired, so it used a lot of force to break through, and then sometimes it consolidates on top of it before heading higher. And then Ethereum's down 1.7%, but that still is a flag pattern that's being generated, which I think will eventually work its way on up. And again, guys, I mean, if you're aggressive, here's your downtrend line. I mean, just to kind of show you guys your downtrend. If you're aggressive, I would have been looking here at this corner. Here's still a good time to be looking. And we're starting to see everything turn up. We're seeing uranium. We're seeing a whole bunch of different sectors that we just went through start to go up. So if liquidity starts coming through, I would expect these to go higher. I know that seems weird. MicroStrategy is up 1.3. That's broken out of the flag. This could go up quite a bit, quite a bit. We've got the VIX down 7%, and I know Basent made a comment when it was up here at 60. He's like, oh, I think the volatility has likely peaked. Almost like he's in there ready to buy down things and control the markets. So, keep that in mind too, that he might be back there doing some stuff. And then looking through the commodity currencies, just to give you an update on that, this still looks good for a potential break higher eventually of these falling wedges. Last commodity bull market was here, and I think this is going to break and work its way on up. This is the African Rand. I drew this on logarithmic, but that's squeezing. And if these break upward, the outperformance of things priced in the Rand is going to be ridiculous. Ridiculous. Because a lot of these companies borrow in dollars and earn in other currencies. So, I mean, they go ballistic when that occurs. Brazil Real, another one that's up a little bit, up 0.4%. We've got the Australian dollar that's in the corner here, and we just need to break out. If we start breaking out like this, it's game on. It's over, baby. Like commodities are going to run like the wind. And then British pound versus the dollar, that's broken out and it's working its way on up, looking like it's right at resistance, trying to break higher. So that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website if you'd like. Use that special coupon code. We've got a 7 a.m. question and answer session on Saturday. And I'll go over my approach. We'll go over some good companies and why I like them. All right, guys. That's what we've got for today. We'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.